What if the moment you truly fell in love with your craft came after you debuted? What if going solo wasn't about breaking away but expanding everything you've already built? This is the story of Jungkook. Not just the youngest member of BTS, but the one quietly becoming one of Asia's most reflective, driven, and artistically rich voices. In this video, we go beyond the headlines and streaming numbers to explore the psychological engine behind Jungkook's artistry, which he revealed in his interview with Zane Lowe for Apple Music. You'll see how BTS's humble beginnings forged a mindset of relentless growth, how Jungkook's self-awareness defies the industry's obsession with image, and how his music doesn't just sound good, it feels cinematic. This was a request and I hope you like it. Falling in love with music through his own work. There's something quietly profound, almost mystical about Jungkook discovering his love for music after he had already debuted. In his own word, it was only when he listened to the finished version of Wayang Yonwa, or The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, that he realized the beauty of what they had created. That moment of reflection, being faced with the reality of what they created, made him fall in love, not with someone else's art, but with his own. From a psychological perspective, this kind of self originating love fosters deeper attachment and intrinsic motivation. Falling in love with music because of your own contribution means you're not chasing external validation. You're building a relationship with your own craft. It cements purpose, boosts self efficacy, and cultivates a stronger bond with the team you created that art with. Going solo was never rebellion, it was expansion. When Zane Lowe asked if going solo was Jungkook's way of shedding the youngest image, he didn't flinch. He said, I'll always be the youngest. And he said that with a smile. And he meant it as a gift, not a burden. That attitude speaks volumes. Jungkook isn't fighting against labels, he's choosing to see the best in them. Psychologically, this reflects a reframing mindset where you interpret constraints as advantages. It cultivates resilience, discipline, and emotional intelligence. Instead of wasting energy resisting an identity, Jungkook embraces it, appreciates it, learns from it, and channels his energy into growth. Imperfect, striving, and together. There was just the seven of us, Jungkook said, remembering the early years of BTS. They were raw, inexperienced, and bound not by polish but by shared hunger. Their bond wasn't built on dreams of glamour, but on the hard work it took to keep on going. What bonded BTS wasn't fame, it was effort. Their goal wasn't to be famous, it was to be better. This distinction matters. Psychologists define intrinsic motivation as doing something because it is inherently interesting or satisfying rather than for external rewards. Research shows that intrinsic motivation leads to greater creativity, deeper learning, and long term engagement, all qualities essential to mastering their craft. And that is why BTS succeeded and became the GOATs, because their concentration was to become better. Their North Star wasn't charts and awards, it was their craft. Their unity, as what Jungkook says, just the seven of us, also reflects what psychologists call collective efficacy, a group's shared belief in their combined ability to achieve goals. When teams genuinely believe they can grow together, they outperform groups driven by individualism or hierarchy. And it wasn't just belief, it was bonding. BTS's cohesion wasn't built on photo shoots, award shows, or not even studios. It was built in practice rooms, dorm kitchens, and backstage green rooms, or the lack of it. The shared hardships created trust, Trust leads to psychological safety, allowing each member to take creative risks without fear or judgment. In organizational psychology, there's a concept called purpose driven mastery, when people connect their hard work to a larger mission. BTS didn't chase stardom, they chased meaning. Their lyrics, their performances, their persistence, it was all in service of telling stories that mattered. It was important that Jungkook specifically knows this because this is the same motivation he's now picking up as he furthers his career. He isn't after awards, he's not after the charts. He simply wants to do more, experience more, and become the best artist he can be. A bowl of rice and a brotherhood. Jungkook recalled Jin cooking for them in the early days, an unglamorous but deeply meaningful act. Jin admitted in Beyond the Story that he took on the role to serve the team in the best way he could, likely never imagined how impactful that would be. Yet Jungkook remembered. It's in the small acts, one cooking, the other remembering, that you see the true foundation of BTS: love in service, friendship in the mundane. And it's also very telling that it is those small details that Jungkook remembers. He didn't concentrate on the group moving to a bigger apartment, getting more bodyguards, finally being able to travel. His memory was filled with those small moments, moments of compassion and connection. Growth as a natural process. Unlike many groups who go solo amidst drama or burnt out, Jungkook's transition was organic. Zane Lowe probably expected a rebellion story, just like how it happened with other groups. Members feeling suffocated or simply evolving away from the group. But Jungkook had none to offer. It wasn't a rupture, it was a rhythm. He explained how BTS's rap line Suga RM and J-Hope were already doing solo projects, and solo work was always encouraged. They were all encouraged to contribute to the team. It was just a natural next step. No betrayal, no conflict, just growth. This shows that BTS has cultivated a rare culture, one that sees evolution not as a threat to the group, but as an expansion of it. And if you hear how Jungkook delivered the story, it was just a matter of fact kind of thing for him. He didn't even address or compare his experience to what he hears about other groups. He simply explained that for him, he just knew that this was something he was going to do because it was the natural next step in his journey as an artist. Solo work is not a detour, it's the path. Jungkook admitted that he initially had no plans for a solo project, but then Seven came along and changed his mind. That shift speaks volumes. It's one thing to chase opportunity. It's another to recognize it when it comes knocking. His choice to lean into this chapter reflects maturity, knowing that personal growth isn't separate from the group's legacy. It's part of it, the same way the success and history of the group is a part of him. He paid tribute to BTS without insecurity, and that kind of groundedness, crediting your roots while still carving your own path, is rare. It shows just how secure Jungkook is, just how mature he is. And we can see the result of that security and maturity because everyone recognizes Jungkook as a solo artist without eclipsing his achievement as a member of BTS. The same way people are able to recognize the success of BTS without eclipsing the success of each individual members. Collaboration equals more pressure and more standards. Jungkook candidly shared that he feels more pressure when collaborating with others. He feels that the expectations are sky high. After all, a BTS feature can send a song soaring up the charts. But when he works alone, the pressure is internal. His priority isn't sales, it's quality. That mindset aligns with self determination theory, where the focus shifts from extrinsic rewards like charts and money to intrinsic satisfaction, mastery, and expression. And as we have already discussed, Jungkook has always been focused with becoming better in his craft. Art as evolution, not just execution. One of Zane Lowe's best questions was about how Jungkook's artistry has evolved, how he actually takes on things and make it his own. A question like this actually pulls back the curtain, not on the stage, but on the process. It reveals how an artist actually creates art, their thought process, how they interpret what they have and mix it with their own artistry. And that's rare. Many journalists are just concerned about the charts, the glamour, and sometimes interesting stories. But this question shows that Zane Lowe, as a journalist, is interested not just in the result, but also in the process. And Jungkook's answer revealed that for him, that learning is instinctive. He doesn't sit down to strategize his evolution. It happens like breathing. That's the mark of someone who doesn't just make music, they live it. And Jungkook is certainly living it. He has been doing so since he was 13. Years of experience have imprinted to him a unique process that is second nature, that he doesn't even have to think about it. There's a lot of life left in me. One of the most stirring moments was when Jungkook said, "There's a lot of life left in me." He wasn't looking back, he was looking ahead. And he made that plenty clear in the entire interview. He's proud of BTS, but he's not done. His voice hinted at a man not content with legacy. He wants more. Not necessarily more awards or charts, but just more music, more stages, more stories that he can tell. And you believe that he'll do that because he's in love with the process, not just the glory. And this is artistry at his finest, concerned about creating art, not just the result of that art. Jungkook, one man, not two personas. Zane Lowe noted that many artists keep a firm line between their public persona and private self, but not Jungkook. And I'm not sure if that actually surprised Zane Lowe, because that certainly surprised me. Jungkook said there's just one Jungkook. And this is something that he has repeated several times. He even mentioned it in Suchwita. He said that Jungkook, the person on stage, the person singing these songs, is the same Jungkook behind closed doors. And that is not naivete. That is integration. From a psychological standpoint, Jungkook's refusal to split his identity into stage Jungkook and real life Jungkook reflects a concept known as self congruence, the alignment between one's internal sense of self and external behavior. This is a key pillar of authenticity. Most artists compartmentalize to cope with fame, maintaining a boundary between their performance identity and their private self. While protective, this can sometimes lead to role strain, identity confusion, or even emotional exhaustion. But Jungkook's integrated sense of self means he experiences less cognitive dissonance. There's no need to constantly switch personas. This mindset suggests emotional security. He doesn't rely on a facade to feel confident or protected. Self awareness. He understands who he is and doesn't feel the need to separate the artist from the person. Low ego fragmentation. Unlike those who feel torn between the roles, Jungkook is whole, on and off the stage. By being just one Jungkook, he's not only protecting his mental health, but also builds deeper trust with his fans. What you see is what you truly get. Standing Next to You, the movie in his mind. When Jungkook said Standing Next to You is his favorite song, he described seeing something grand, something big. He wasn't just hearing the music, he was watching it. And this is something I've already described when I went through the differences in how each BTS member writes their music. For Jungkook, a song is both a sonic, visual, and narrative experience, and he sort of confirmed that here. That's what makes him unique as a songwriter. His music isn't just auditory, it's cinematic. He writes scenes, not just lines. Every note, a frame. Every beat, a cut. And that's what attracted him to the song. Because standing next to you is full, it is vibrant, and it offers a lot of cinematic opportunities. Zane Lowe is definitely one of my favorite interviewers. I appreciate how he obviously thinks of the interview, of the flow, of the interesting information, interesting to him, but also to other people, to the fans. And I love that because I feel that he really respects the people, the celebrities that he's actually interviewing. And I hope that he gets to interview the rest of the BTS group. And I would love to hear your thoughts. So please leave them in the comment section below. Always, you can say whatever it is that you want to say. Just please do so respectfully. Also, please like this video, subscribe, hit that notification button so that you don't miss a single video. But the one that's really helping my channel is when you share it. So please share it. Please ask your friends to watch it. Please ask your friends to subscribe. And also follow me on IG, on X, but more importantly, please be a member of our Patreon community. It's a vibrant one. And we're not just talking about K-pop. We're talking about a lot of other things, movies, TV shows, other celebrities, current events, or sometimes we just have fun. And we would love for the family to grow. So I hope to see you there. There is a free tier just in case you want to try things out first. Thank you. Bye.